Marcus Williams.
This is Greg Burnham, and we're on Heritagehip-hop.
Heritagehip-hop.
Tuskegee Heirs.
All right, y'all, live from New York Comic-Con 2016. I'm here with a great line that deals with diversity, but not only that, heritage. And that's what Heritagehip-hop is all about. Gentlemen, can you introduce yourselves?
Absolutely. Marcus Williams, I do the illustration.
And Greg Burnham, I write.
All right, so we have the author and the illustrator here. Now, can you tell us the history and the prominence of Tuskegee Heirs?
Well, it actually is a futuristic story. It takes place like 80 years in the future.
Okay.
These kids are going to be taking on like the legacy of the Tuskegee Airmen. They're flying out of Moulton Field in Alabama, Tuskegee, same place that the airmen flew out of, and they look up to them like they're superheroes. So we'll be able to actually infuse a lot of good history, like teach some history while we're doing this comic series.
I like that. Now, for people who really don't know, because unfortunately in the school system, the Tuskegee Airmen and stories like that is not well represented in history books. Can you tell the people about the Tuskegee Airmen and why did you pick that story to tell?
I don't know where to start. Like, they were the first battalion, like group of black pilots that actually flew for the United States in war. We're more centered on the fact that they were probably one of the greatest groups of pilots that ever hit the air. Their record was immaculate, and they flew out of Alabama at a time where, you know, the racial tension was still high today, but they flew at a time when they were telling us that we weren't smart enough to fly, we weren't smart enough to drive an airplane, drive a car. So it's like they kind of dispelled a lot of the myths that were set up about them. We figured that we wanted to tell their story, but of course we want to package it in like a futuristic way, kind of energetic, to get kids, you know, interested in aviation and understanding, you know, who the Tuskegee Airmen really were.
That's big because in our community, we look down upon the military in a negative tone, and especially up north. And I've seen recently there are a lot of programs that's coming up in New Jersey, especially trying to get young men of color and young females to go into aviation again. And they teach this right here. And I think that's very important, and why your book is very necessary right now, because it also grasps upon a part of the culture that people don't look upon. Now, for the illustrator, I must ask you a question.
Yes.
Looking at the style of art, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the artwork of the Tuskegee Heirs. Flames of Destiny is the undertag. I would like to say, you took an anime-based art tone. Why is that?
I'm a big fan of it, man. I've watched a lot of anime throughout my years, younger years, and things like that. Still watch some, and it's, I don't think it's even hard. You can watch 10 different anime series in a row, and you just don't see black characters in anime. You may see a token character, you may see one here and there, but never will you, I don't think I've ever seen a full cast of all black anime characters. We get a lot of people that say, oh my God, it looks like Boondocks. And I say to that, I'm not offended about that, because honestly, that was the first American created concept that was sent overseas to be animated by Asian animators, designed by LaShawn Thomas, but it was quality animation. Black cast, full black cast, and so that's all they really have to compare it with. And it was based on American culture, you know, American characters and things like that, American black characters.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm a fan of it, but if I wait for it, I don't think I'll ever see it. I don't think, you know, the Japanese market is interested in doing a black cast. So, I figure we might as well go ahead and do it ourselves.
I like that. And one thing that I've noticed, and I want to assume this to both of you guys.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed in the comic book industry within the past 5 to 7 years, a lot of females have gotten into the culture and the genre. And I like the fact that you have, based on the poster that I see, female characters in a powerful position, not TNA and not subservient. Was that a part of the design of Tuskegee Heirs?
Absolutely, yeah.
Tell me why.
I've only known powerful women my whole life. My mom was a single mother. I'm the youngest of 4 brothers, so it's very natural to me, man. I've never, all the women in my family are very powerful women, very determined women. You know, my mom was a single mother, raised us just fine. Never needed anybody to help her. You know, she never fell on any man's arm saying, "Oh my gosh, I need your help." So that's all I know. I've seen that my whole life, and there's nothing wrong with it, especially if it's done properly.
Not at all.
Right.
Now, another thing that is very inspirational about your work, the Tuskegee Heirs table that I see actually pays homage to our history.
Right.
For one, we have Hardware, where one of the female characters as Hardware. We have another female character, is my favorite African American or superhero of color, which is Icon.
Right.
What is the future of Tuskegee Heirs, and where would you like to take this brand?
I'd say it's animation, video games. We call it the George Lucas deal, man, where there's really no ceiling. The brand is very outreaching. It can go in any avenue, really. So merchandising, toys, movies. It can go into film, live action if we wanted. So there is no ceiling to where it can go. Honestly, education is honestly, I think, the goal. We want to get it in the schools. We want to get it in the hands of educators. So that's very important.
Ladies, do you mind if I ask you a question? You're on Heritagehip-hop right now, and I want to ask you a question for Chance. What attracted you to this table and the artwork in the book?
Let's see, Tuskegee Heirs, and if you know your Black history, you already know what that's about. So that's what brought me over here.
Okay. Anything more?
That and I kind of saw Panther from the distance, so I was like, might have more T'Challa prints. Let me just hop one over here and see what that's about. And I was not disappointed.
Yes, I think the artwork here is phenomenal, and the line not only has the chance for classic growth, given a chance, I think the visuals are also long-lasting and memorable. So, gentlemen, I want to ask you another question, if you don't mind, and let's get to the heart of the matter in this question. Science fiction and comic books are the new trend in Hollywood. And unfortunately, people of color, be it African American, Hispanic, or whatever, are a fad to this genre. Why do you think it's important for us to be represented by our work, by our voice, and by our history in this genre?
I personally think the way Hollywood is using black folks in movies, the way they're using it, that's the fad. I'm personally not a fan of saying, and I don't have to hear the meetings that they have, but I'm pretty sure it goes something like, who can we turn black for this movie? Which character which non-important character can we make black to really shake things up?
Right.
And I'm not a fan of it. I figure if you're gonna, if they wanted to, they can create a new character. But I think similar to what we're doing, it's just like there shouldn't be anybody that we're trying to get approval from. Make the content, make the quality, and push it out. There's no middleman needed anymore. Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all those social ways to build money now. All the social networks to connect to people. There is no need for a middleman. You can raise the money, shoot it, make it, print it, whatever you need to do, and put it out to the fans that want it. Everybody thinks you need approval from Hollywood. You need approval from all these other companies. You don't. Those are just excuses. So there's no reason anymore to feel that way. Like science fiction for blacks is a fad. It's not. It's just if we get approval from all these other industries that have been traditionally white, where we're just a token character in that science fiction movie, then it is a fad. I think that's the problem.
Okay, you sir?
Yeah, so I look at it. I don't think, as far as us being interested, I think that's, I've been a Star Wars fan, G.I. Joe, like this is 30-something years. Like, as far as us being interested, I don't think that's new. I think that Hollywood's always going to try to figure out how they can make a dollar off of whoever they can. So that's why you see, Empire, shows like that rising. So now, they're feeling like they want to do some comic book stuff. Luckily, they're putting good people in place, to do the mainstream stuff. But I think the undercurrent is what can make this thing strong and make it more than just a quote-unquote fad. Like, if people are supporting, artists are supporting each other, and we're actually, building each other up, then, stuff like Tuskegee Heirs, Brother Man, I don't know if you're familiar with.
Yes, I remember Brother Man.
Yeah, like, it's really, really talented dudes out here. So we all get behind each other and push each other up, then we won't have to worry about, depending on Hollywood or the mainstream Marvels and DCs. We can do this stuff on our own, just like the rest.
Well, that's what we do at Heritagehip-hop. We take the independent artists and we give them the prominence that the mainstream lacks to give. So thank you, gentlemen. Once again, can you tell them how to get in contact with you and how to support and buy?
TuskegeeHeirs.com. We have most of our information on this card. You can find Marcus the Visual anywhere. I'm Greg Burnham, Greg_Burnham7 on Instagram. So you can hit us up there. We're always, promoting and explaining what you can do, where we're going to be, and how to support.
Well, I'll put a request in. I would love for you guys to come to New Jersey and do the Kim Comic Fest at Central High School. You can get in touch with Nasir Gifted. And I would love for you to also do the North Comic Con, because I think this line is very, very well done. And we will be supporting it. So everybody watching this, hashtag support our own biz, BQ. This is one for the people right here. So this is Karev, Heritagehip-hop, signing off, saying peace.
Peace.